EV Comply, simplifying your charge point installations.
It's Friday, the 28th of January. Another week, another podcast brought to you directly from EV Comply. A lot of car news this week, so let's see what's been going on. The new Range Rover PHEV is going to bring you 70 miles of EV range for £103,485. Now, the plug-in hybrid is open for orders as official efficiency figures are revealed to beat early predictions, says Land Rover. Now, they estimate a real-world all-electric range of 54 miles, and they suggest that drivers will be able to complete 75% of all journeys on electric power alone, which is very impressive. Now, the Range Rover also offers a 50 kilowatt rapid charging capability, meaning it can charge up from 0 to 80% in under an hour or 5 hours using a home wall box. The new Range Rover is the most desirable, elegant and capable luxury SUV in the world, says Nick Collins, who is the executive director of vehicle programs. So you could argue he has to say that, but I think we're all looking forward to an electric range, aren't we? Now, Kia is one of a handful of car makers that beat the odds in 2021, even with COVID-19 and the semiconductor crisis, reporting significantly improved figures, which is great. It sold 90,817 new cars in the UK. That's a year-on-year rise of 29.75%. Now, the long-standing CEO, Paul Pillock, has said that Kia achieved this, and what is next for the North Korean brand is very exciting. We had to balance all of our registrations to achieve our CO2 target for 2021, which we did some margin. There are two major issues. One was, of course, the EV supply to achieve the CO2 targets, but at the same time, we were running out of MK4 storage, which was our biggest volume product, but also our oldest products, meaning it had some of our highest CO2 figures. So it was a balancing job, but demand for EVs was so strong, we've left the year with an exceptionally strong order bank for the EV6 and the e-Niro, and we're very excited about the EV future here at Kia. The Renault-Nissan-Mitsubishi Alliance has confirmed a £19 billion investment in electrification over the next 5 years. They seek to strengthen the partnership between the three brands. Now, the money will be spent on expanding the common electric platforms available to brands within the alliance from 4 to 5 after the introduction of a small EV platform for use from 2024 for European models such as the forthcoming Renault R5 and the newly announced replacement for the Nissan Micra. Now, both cars will be engineered by Renault and built in its electric city network of plants in northern France. So, big news for the group. The platform will underpin 5 cars from Nissan, Renault, Alpine and Dacia, and volumes will reach 250,000 cars a year. A lot of people are excited about this one. The first ever electric Bentley is coming in 2025, with plenty more to follow. So 5 in 5 is something you'll hear plenty more of from Bentley during the next 5 years. Now, the premises is simple. From 2025, a new electric model will leave crew every year for 5 years. Now, Bentley has called it an unprecedented launch plan and promised that each new BEV, see what they've done there, would be a game changer in its segment as the firm continues to push towards carbon neutrality by 2030. Now, to achieve this, the firm has announced a huge £2.5 billion investment in its plans at Crewe, which will not only secure Bentley's long-term future in the UK, but it also intends to turn the location into a world-leading dream factory. Now, this is their words, obviously. Fit for a zero-emission future, which is absolutely what they're aiming for. Now, the electric cars can be assembled in a next-generation digital, flexible and high-volume manufacturing facility. Bentley have released few details regarding the shape of the 5 models or batteries or anything, but we're just so pleased to hear that they're in the game. Now, Mini are taking a different approach. They are offering a factory EV conversion for its classic models as part of its Mini recharged effort. Now, the automaker revealed revealed this week, the classic Austin Mini owners will be able to commission a conversion that will replace the gasoline engine with an electric motor and a high voltage battery, giving the Mini a range of about 100 miles. Now, this is once the conversion is complete. The motor will generate a continuous output of up to 90 kilowatts, Mini says, which translates to about 120 HP. Now, the conversion itself is advertised as reversible. It's designed without any permanent alterations. With the engine removed, they will then mark it and store it in preparation for possible future use, which is a great idea, and it's a nice little touch for Mini owners, isn't it? In other news, South Korea's electric vehicle battery maker LG Energy Solutions made a successful market debut. The market capitalization of LG Energy stood at 98.3 billion at the close of trading on local stock exchanges, making it the country's second most valuable firm after Samsung Electronics. Now, the firm's stock price opened at 496. That's nearly 99% up from its initial public offering price of 250 apiece. Now, that's before falling as much as 25% in early trade and ending the day at 68.3% higher. Now, the world's second largest EV battery maker after Chinese cattle raised 10.8 billion. Now, the valued company was at 59 billion last week in South Korea, and that's its largest IPO. LG Energy has approximately 23% of the global EV battery market, with customers including Tesla, General Motors, and Volkswagen. Now, this is according to a sector analysis, but it's all looking very, very good at the moment for LG Energy Solutions, isn't it? Close to 2/3 of US consumers would not choose an electric vehicle, hybrid, or an other alternative power vehicle, and they would instead still pick an internal combustion engine. Now, this is according to a survey, but EV sales did gain some ground last year. They rose by 88%. That's year over year compared to 2021, but EVs still only account for about 3.2% of the total US car market. Now, this is according to research from firm Motor Intelligence. Sales of EVs in the United States jumped to a record high earlier this month, with 434,879 new units on the road. However, demand for their hybrid counterparts remained strong as many customers withdrew from EVs due to higher prices, limited driving range, and fewer charging stations than required. So the US are definitely going to have to pull their socks up because, let's face it, they don't really have much of a choice. Electric vehicle maker Simple Energy has teamed up with global technology leader Siemens. Now, this is to do a digital drive transformation in the EV space. Now, the Bengaluru-based EV maker said it has also roped in Siemens technology partner Prolim to share its technologies to strengthen India's bid to become the EV capital of the world. As part of the partnership, Simple Energy will be adopting Siemens Cloud B software, and they'll be moving forward hoping to dominate the sector. NIO is also busy delivering the goods, with 10,900 EVs sold in November and another 10,500 in December. Now, were it not for the global supply chain disruptions, it's likely they would have done even better than that. Now, it also has just upgraded its existing manufacturing plant and plans on bringing a second plant online by the third quarter of the year. Together, it will bring NIO's annual capacity to 600,000 vehicles, which it believes is sufficient for the demand right now. So NIO plans to be in 5 more European countries this year, which should further the accelerate of its growth. Plus, it's launched its battery as a service program, which it did last year, that lets buyers charge, upgrade or swap out old batteries for new ones through a subscription fee, which gives it a stream of reoccurring revenue. Very clever. Now, the EV maker's stock has lost 13% of its value so far in 2022, and it is down nearly 60%. from the heights it hit last summer when it traded for around 65 a share. But, NIO is becoming the biggest, fastest growing electric car maker in the world, and they do have a lot of possibility of turning profitable by the end of the year. So are they going to take over Tesla? That is the big question. At the moment, they're an underdog, but you know what they say, you should always back the underdog. Excitingly, General Motors said on Wednesday that it would hire more than 8,000 new technical staff this year. This is as the US automaker accelerates its development of electric vehicles and software-driven services. So everyone's focusing on the tech side at the moment, aren't they? Now, the company said it is expanding teams that electrify cars, develop vehicle software and autonomous technology, and of course, engineer fuel cells. GM's announcement comes just a day after the company unveiled a £7 billion investment plan in Michigan, mainly towards making full-sized electric pickups, intensifying the battle with their rival Ford Motors. GM is also looking to expand its digital commerce footprint by launching an online used vehicle market called Car Bravo. Very exciting stuff, and it looks like a good game plan. And finally, Coventry is now the best place to own an EV in the UK, overtaking Sunderland, with nearly 750,000 new EVs registered in 2021. Personal finance guidance and comparison website Forbes Advisor has researched where in the UK is the best place to own an EV, so potential drivers can make an informed purchase. The research used data from 20 of the most populated cities in the UK and ranked each city based on 4 EV metrics: the cost of charging an EV at home, the number of standard and rapid EV charging points per 100,000 people, and the number of rapid charging points per registered EV in the area. And this is how the survey went. Number 1 is Coventry. Number 2 is Sunderland. Number 3, Newcastle. Number 4, Leeds. Number 5, Middlesbrough. Number 6, London. 7, Reading. 8, Sheffield. That's very close to home for me. 9, Glasgow. And 10, Cardiff. So there you go, the top 10 places to be an EV owner in the UK, and hopefully you live in one of the 10. You are now in the EV Know with the EV Roundup. Thank you for listening. I'll be back with you next Friday, ensuring you know all of the latest news in the EV industry from everybody here at EV Comply. You have a fantastic weekend.